Alright. Let me do this. And then I'll do this. Give me just a sec, boys. I am live, but I'm doing this because, well, I don't know if I'm going to call this a Redeye Raw or a Team Redeye shit show. It's just me. So I guess at the moment it's technically a Raw, but like it's not like webcam, so I don't know. Maybe I'll ask you guys what playlist it should go in at the end. Let me just get the I am in the Discord chat if anyone wants to join, of course. Alright, that's the wrong slot there. Let's try that again. Hold on. Test. There we go. That got it. Alright. Let me pull up the chat. And we'll actually jump into this a fucking opinion since I started the stream, yeah? What's up, Steven? No, this is not pre-recorded. I am live in the Discord. But yeah, so AI art has been a pretty big topic lately. And I did a shit post earlier about it, so you may have been able to glean my opinion based on that shit post. And the fact that I'm using AI art in this stream itself. I find it kind. What's up, Steven?
What's up?
So yeah, I think it's kind of ridiculous just how butthurt people get about AI art, because they try to say that it's stealing art, but like, it doesn't. It is literally transformative. Like, I don't think anyone really has a leg to stand on when they try to say that it steals art, because it's different. It's drastic. Like this Walter White I have on my screen right now.
Yeah, the one that looks like a reptile or some shit?
Yeah, like, could you honestly tell me that was stolen from somewhere? You know what I mean?
Not really.
Yeah, like, it's derivative. It takes something and changes it. But to act like it's the exact same thing, I think is just kind of retarded.
But but to say that is dumb, because how can people say that art is stealing? Anyone can make a drawing of Walter White, AI art not.
Right, exactly. So, like, derivative art has always been a thing. Like, to pretend that, like,
not even just in paintings, just in any form of media.
Yeah. People borrow from other stuff all the time. If it wasn't for Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones would never exist. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You know, and that's why I get into the topic of, like, you know, people bitch about derivative nature, but, you know, granted, there's being derivative, but what's wrong with that? Like, you don't twist on something that's derivative already.
Right, exactly. And the thing is like Shadiversity did a really good stream of it on his, it was on his main channel, actually, talking about AI art, and in that stream, he talked about what's it called, hold on, I lost my train, like, he brought up the fact that, you know, people have been copying art for years, but also, like, people will use Photoshop to alter an existing image, and people don't have a problem with that when AI art basically uses the same principle.
Okay.
Because people will take an existing image, throw it into Photoshop, and then warp it. But that's all they do to it. So, like, how is that any different?
Yeah, and, like, when people Photoshop for comedic purposes, people laugh at it because of that reason. So, you know, so people have fun with it and acknowledge the derivative nature. So why do people all of a sudden have...
Did you cut out? Oh, I think I left the Discord by mistake. Let me rejoin.
Okay, I'm back. So, let me ask you a question, though, for the uninitiated. Do you mean by AI art, do you mean computer-generated art, or what do you mean entirely?
So what AI art is where you, like, for instance, like this Walter White was made using AI. So what I did is I went on a website called Crayon. That's Craiyon. Mm-hmm. And on Crayon I typed in Walter White, and this came up. Because what it does is it tries to create an image based on the things you type in. Now, there's different AI art that works in different ways. Sometimes that's the way it works. Sometimes it works through you putting an image in and then it tries to fill in the gaps of an existing image to make a new image. things like that, or it'll take it as a reference, in a sense. So that's what AI art is a computer trying to make something based off input you give it.
Well, I get that some people probably wouldn't like it, and maybe in like the fear sense that it could already register based off whatever you type, but like, what is the main issue with it that people have?
They say that it steals people's art, which I just don't think is true, because again, it changes
that's the argument. I can't agree with that, because stealing art just doesn't make sense to me in general.
I mean, yeah, we want to get into the concept of intellectual property, which I'm iffy on myself to begin with, but I mean,
I don't like the idea of people saying that it steals art. I mean, once you do your own edit or rendition of art, that's already your take on it. It's not stealing anything.
Exactly. And the only key difference with AI art versus regular art is it was done by a computer. Like, look at this Godzilla I put up. This Godzilla, you're not going to see, like, by the way, this is one Corbin generated. Corbin really liked using crayon as well, so I can pull it up here if, oh, hold on, that's the camera. Let me get rid of that.
I see it. That looks really good.
Yeah, okay, I accidentally pulled up the camera instead of the, how do I disable that? There we go. Instead of the, screen, but you see it on the stream, right?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. But you can't honestly tell me that that's stolen from somewhere, you know what I mean?
Also, here's the thing, is that if someone else did it, they wouldn't have a problem with it. Like, if a real person did it, they wouldn't have a problem with it. So why are they treating a computer as anything different?
Right. And this Godzilla right, because, like, what you do is you type in keywords, and it'll try to make something based on the keywords you type in. So you can type in multiple keywords. Like, obviously, he didn't just type in Godzilla. He probably typed in a bunch of other stuff on top of the word Godzilla.
Like, it looks like Godzilla's standing in, like, what looks to be, like, an apocalyptic land or some shit like that.
Right. And,
but that's actually kind of fascinating, the fact that you could just type in any combo of inputs and it could somewhat generate something.
Right. And, like, on the ShitShow, I've been using a lot of AI art recently, if you haven't noticed. Like, a lot of the ShitShow visuals I use are AI art.
Right. No, I see it. It almost, to me, as dumb as it sounds, it also a little bit like oil peaty-ish, very, like, dark, thick colors and stuff.
Uh-huh.
But it looks cool. It looks a little creepy, but I like the look of it.
Yeah. And, like, you can put in keywords and it'll come up with different things. Like, this one I did. Let me put another one up. This one, I'll tell you what I typed in for this one, because I think it turned out really cool. And I have a bunch of pictures that I got with this same keyword. Hold on. So, with this one, let me just add the image here. Image. Okay. Browse. Here we go. So this one's really cool. I'm actually kind of, I think this one turned out really well. So this is the first one I typed in. Well, the first one I got with this particular keyword. And the keyword I typed in was Brotherhood of Steel Demon. And this is what came up. I don't know, like, the Brotherhood of Steel, that's a faction in the Fallout universe. I assume you know that, right?
No, yeah, I know that. Oh, shit, that's my car, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, for some reason the horn was knocking out. But anyways, no, yeah, I'm familiar with the Brotherhood of Steel. I've played Fallout 3 in New Vegas.
Yeah, so this is the Brotherhood of Steel, the first demon Brotherhood of Steel I got, right? Looks nothing like an actual Brotherhood of Steel member. It's just like a big suit of armor that vaguely looks like it could be a Fallout 4 power armor. And then he's holding some sort of demonic weapon. Looks like it's sort of...
It looks like a scythe almost, but like really, really bent and with no shaft.
But it looks like... Have you ever played Doom Eternal?
I played Doom 2016.
Okay, well, in Doom Eternal, he has this big sword called his, I think it's called a Crucible. And it looks kind of like that, but not a scythe. It's a sword instead. So that looks almost derivative of Doom Guy's Crucible, but as a scythe instead of a sword. Oh, and sorry, Titan, I saw you there, I just didn't acknowledge it, so how you doing, man? I figure I should probably, acknowledge the chat, right? But like this, you can't honestly tell me is just straight up stealing, Fallout art, because it's completely different.
It also doesn't look very much anything like. Well, okay, it looks almost like a Fallout 4 power armor,
right?
But that's like pushing it. It doesn't really look much like a Brotherhood of Steel member.
Right, exactly.
But the fact that an AI generated this is impressive.
Yeah.
On another side note, but it doesn't look like it. So, I mean, to make the argument, that's very loose, especially since it looks very little like what you typed in.
Yeah. Now,
and even then, it's like, you know, and even then, it's like, who are you defending, you know? Because the people who are probably saying that didn't originally draw a Walter White drawing, or
right. Well, that Walter White one took images of Walter White and just tried to make its own. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but even then, that's the computer's own edit, so
right.
That's its own take on it.
But like I'm saying, it's not from any drawing. But yeah, so then this is the next one I got from the same keyword. I got this from Brotherhood of Steel Demon as well.
But I love, like, the backgrounds and shit on these.
Yeah, it does really cool backgrounds. But, like, people act like it's just, like, a one-for-one, like, port. Like, and, like, the funny thing is a lot of people who, like, complain about AI art are totally fine with, like, deepfakes and stuff as well. But it's like, the deepfake is stealing someone's likeness. So, like, why are you okay with that when you're, like, you know what I mean?
That's a little bit, but that's worse. Deepfakes is more like stealing, like, an actual, like physical image.
I'll tell you this, with deepfakes, I have no problem if it's used ethically. Like, there's this series this guy does on YouTube called Jovakeen, where he puts Joe Biden in Skyrim. I think that's really funny. But if you're using deepfake for nefarious purposes, like forging video evidence, that's different. You know what I mean?
Like trying to frame someone by deepfaking someone's face on like him killing somebody, that's fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
But those are like rare instances and shit like that.
Yeah. But like this image, this is completely different, but same keyword. It also vaguely looks like power armor. Looks like he might have a Gatling gun on one of his arms.
It almost looks like in the center, like there's a mini person controlling it. Like it looks like there's a cockpit with like a window view.
Yeah, I could see that. So yeah, like, and I have a bunch of them because so Crayon generates a bunch of stuff based on like a single keyword, and then you just kind of pick which one you want to use.
And at the end of the day, it's not like these drawings. Even if people had a problem with it, it's clearly in a very, very early stage because it looks nothing. Well, not nothing, but it looks very, very loosely based off a Brotherhood of Steel member.
Right. Like
the helmet looks... I don't even know if that's a helmet. Like, it doesn't even look like one. Whether people know it or not, you know, whatever they draw, whatever they write, whether they know it or not, there's like some sort of influence, external influence, that whether they know it or not, is creeped into their mind that made them draw what they draw. So even then, their drawings aren't 100% original.
Right. Oh,
and if it was a person, again, they wouldn't have a problem with it. So, I mean, I don't get the argument that people have for it. If anything, why don't people just take the AI art? I mean, I don't know if you could download it from Crayon and just do your own little rendition based off that. A rendition based off a rendition.
Well, people do that. That's another thing Shadiversity brought up in his stream about it. And again, this third one is also from the same keyword that I'm putting up here. But Shadiversity did the same. Like he made it. He pointed out people will take AI art and use it to enhance their own art. Where they'll have an image, they'll do some AI art to kind of enhance it. Where they'll put like AI generated like different little parts on it that they will put on and enhance, and then modify in Photoshop further. So. To me, and again, he kept saying, you know, it's just a tool you use. You don't get mad at people for using Photoshop just because Photoshop can be used unethically. You know what I mean? So
exactly.
So people get good.
I get the whole thing that maybe, you know, people feel like, you know, it would make their art feel lame in comparison that a computer can generate it, but. Even then, I mean, it's a tool, like you said, and it's clearly in an early stage, so...
Mm-hmm. Like, and granted, Crayon's not the only one out there. There's a bunch of different ones, like... There's ones that can do other detailed stuff, and like I said, there's ones that work in different ways. Crayon, you just type in keywords, and it generates a picture. Whereas, like I said, there's, like, I think Mid-Journey, you put in, like, existing pictures to use as a reference, and then it'll try to make something using elements of that reference. But again, if you're using something derivatively in a transformative way, that's fair use. So I don't know why people specifically obsess over it with AI art. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because another thing that people are fine with is like, so like people will use the argument, oh, it's going to put artists out of work. It's like, I personally don't agree with that argument, because I would go out of my way to, like, if I wanted art, I would. If someone drew art versus AI images, the drawing, I'm gonna be more inclined to want to get if it was like something I was purchasing,
right?
Because there was actual work put into it. And that's just the kind of guy I am, and I'm sure there's plenty of people who share that view with me. Mm-hmm. But on top of that, I also think that, you know, people upset, like, they freak out about that, but they're fine with, like, you know, everything going to automated online phone things where you call up, like, your insurance, for instance, and you can't get a hold of a person. You have to go through an automated... Maybe people aren't as happy about that, but, like, they just aren't happy about it because of the inconvenience. They don't care about the fact that gets rid of jobs. Or, like, how if you go to...
Which is worse of an issue,
yeah,
in reality.
Yeah, like when you go to McDonald's, they have an automated menu where you can just type in stuff. You don't really need a cashier anymore. Mm-hmm. And people are just fine with that, but then they freak out over, oh no, AI art is going to take artists' jobs. And I've said this before, artists kind of can frustrate me because they're very entitled over the stuff they make. You know what I mean? Like, I get it,
right.
they made it, and I can respect that. And obviously, like, if I'm using, like, art, I will. I mean digital art studio. Not sure what you mean by that, Edgar. Is that another AI art thing? Is that what you're referring to? Lost my train of thought again. God damn it. Yeah, I personally see nothing ethically or morally wrong with using AI art. And oh yeah, now I remember. Like when I
You think also on another thing before you lose your train of thought that people may be insecure about their own art. Mm-hmm. In fear of the AI art eventually becoming better as well?
Right.
Like some kind of a jealousy kind of thing? Or do you think that's not really what it goes into as much?
I think that could be an element with some people, sure.
Because, I mean, I get that a lot of people artistically probably aren't very, like, competitive or insecure about putting their stuff out there. But if it's a computer, I mean, I get it in that angle. But even then, like, you know, a lot of people still would probably rather, not to put down AI art, but I'm sure a lot of people would also rather regular art as well, because,
yeah,
you know,
I would,
you know, I like the AI art,
and again,
but it's very, very kind of like weird looking as well.
Right, and this art I'm putting up here is also Brotherhood of Steel Demon. Like, a lot of these, they look really cool. And again, they're all very different from each other using the same keyword. Like, they look
very,
like... Good?
They're very odd looking, though, but they're very cool.
Well, as you said, it's like a painting. Like an oil painting.
Yeah.
And one thing the AI can't get right is faces or hands.
It definitely can't. I can't even make out what the hell that is.
Well, this one, it's like, again, it's an armor. This one kind of reminds me of the one that I have up currently. Mm-hmm. Have you ever played Gears of War 2?
Yeah, but that was years ago. But
okay, there's a boss towards the end of the game named Scourge. This kind of looks like him almost, but, like, different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't remember too well, but, yeah, I can't remember Scourge too well, but, it almost looks like to me, and this is going to sound a little dumb.
Okay.
It almost looks like to me a Bionicle to a degree.
I could see it.
I don't know if that's just me. It kind of does. It kind of looks like, well, for me, it looks like one of the Makutas, which are like the bad guys. But, yeah, and even then, I think what's cool about AIR is like any other tool, it could probably influence people to want to draw or do something similar to that, because
right.
there's definitely a lot to get out of this. And plus, even if it did steal art, clearly, like, type in something else. Like, type in, like, maybe, I don't know, Enclave Angel for the opposite.
Right.
Clearly, all the art on AI art has a very similar look to it. You know, so
well, I mean, to be fair, again,
the same.
And I have exclusively used Crayon, and I think each one does have its own distinguishing look too. So,
right.
And like this one here, this is again, all of these are the same key phrase. All of these are Brotherhood of Steel Demons. Oh, hey, what's up, D Keats? How you doing? Been a while since I've been able to catch a stream. Yeah. Well, I decided to do this one before work. I'm gonna be going to work in a little while here. I'm gonna probably start getting ready in, like, I don't know, 20 or 30 minutes. But I figured I would give my opinion on this, because I did that shit post earlier, which, again, sort of expressed the sentiment I have, right?
I saw that little video with they took our jobs.
Yeah, and robots are taking over the world, our world. Because the thing is...
Granted, with AI, outside of... the derivative thing doesn't bother me. The whole... that it possibly can grow intelligence does, but if it's about derivative nature, that's been long gone. Well, that's a fight that, if you're fighting, it's already lost.
Here's the thing, I'm not a big fan of automation. I'm not a big fan of, like, that kind of stuff, but, again, I'm coming in from someone who's fairly anti, like, technology getting too out of hand, and I think that AI art is totally fine.
Right.
I usually miss streams because I work at midnight, fair enough.
If that's to the extent, like, that's way better than AI's taking over stuff like that actually matters. Like how, like, there's self-registers at Target and Walmart and shit like that. Well, even though it's not really AI, that's more like just, like, you know, just regular scanners and stuff. But that is more worrisome, at least to me. Stuff like that, or, you know, Alexas and shit like that. More worrisome.
Oh, yeah, I will never use an Alexa. I don't trust Alexa.
Like that shit's, like, genuinely scary, but we look at it as, like, just everyday use. And granted, to be fair, I do have, like, a Siri and shit like that, because I have an iPhone, but still. If it's in terms of derivative nature, I think people who complain about that, again, derivative art is kind of, in a way, an oxymoron, because art in and of itself is just imitation upon imitation upon imitation.
Yeah.
There was probably at one point an original root. Even then, that was probably, like... And again, I'm not an artist, but it's probably influenced from something in reality. So, art in and of itself is derivative.
I really like this one, too. This particular Brotherhood demon that I'm putting up now also kind of reminds me of, like a BioShock character, almost. But, like, he's got...
Daddies?
Yeah, kinda. He's got, like, a trench coat, and, I post those giant... mutant, deformity, monster, beast, alien from Yotsuki Doji, Legend of the Demon with Discord. Okay. That's
like
cool.
Like the Yoko Hoko monster? Yeah, that one looks weird. This one you just posted right now, it almost looks like the head looks something like a freaking... I don't know, for some reason it looks like a turtle.
I don't know, it gives me, like, BioShock vibes, like, that's like a BioShock helmet. But, like, the trench coat he's got looks almost like Elder Maxon from Fallout 4.
Okay.
And then he's got, like, this knife thing in his hand, so...
Yeah. And he's got, like, this giant-ass coat.
Right. That's what I'm talking about, because Maxon has a coat similar to that in Fallout 4.
But even then, like, I'm sure somebody with Crayon inputted, like, you know, how Crayon was going to imitate the art. Like, probably inputted, like, a format for certain tools it would use.
Well, yeah.
Certain, like, digital paints it would use. So technically, you can argue that it's all one person or whoever is managing the website or multiple people. That probably, because granted, I'm sure, it's all bots. I know that, probably, but, someone had to create the website. So
right. Well,
technically, if you're being really literal,
I'm not super
someone's creation.
I'm not super technical, but Shadiversity did kind of explain it in one of his videos as well. It uses something called static diffusion, where it boils down all the elements of an image to static, and then it will borrow elements of that static to recreate new images.
Okay.
Again,
so it's like a disfusion turned into a new fusion. Again, I'm not technical either. I'm just, it's just something that I would come to assume.
You mean the
know what I mean?
screenshot I posted on Discord with a Monojaku prediction in his visions in the scene from Yotsukidoji 2, Legend of the Demon Womb? Okay.
Edgar, I'm not familiar with you in the Discord. Like, do you go by a different username?
Yeah, he does. He's Eligos.
Oh, okay. But
He's
yeah,
one-
I mean,
He's the only one I actually didn't recognize when he first joined.
oh, okay. But let me ask you a question. Because, I mean, I'm assuming you brought this up because maybe it's been brought up a lot or it's like a hot topic.
Mm-hmm.
Has it become more of like a hot topic or like something that has been like a lot of people have been complaining about?
Yes, there have been a ton of people
Ongoing
complaining about it. My friend used AI art to create his album cover. That's cool. I see no problem with that. I think that people overreact to this shit. Because
If anything, it saves the cost of hiring someone to draw your album cover.
right. Well, and I think
that.
that is where we get to where people have a problem because artists are insecure and think that they're not going to make money if computers are doing all the work for them. Which again, I'm against automation, but like for me, if I'm paying to commission art, I'm going to pay someone who's going to make it. But I'm not going to pay to commission art because I'm a cheapskate. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like, not everyone has the time and the money to be spending, like, whatever. Because artists, I'm assuming, charge, like, their own custom fees.
Right.
And why would you do that when you could have something like this?
But if I were to commission art, I wouldn't commission an AI art. I would commission an actual, like, hand-drawn thing. And, like...
No, I agree. Like, I support giving people real jobs and chances.
Right.
I'm saying for other people, it could be a convenience.
Right, and for me,
Even though
like...
it kind of, like, goes against what I say.
Right, I get you. And for me, like, another thing with what's it called? With AI art, hold on. God damn it, I keep losing my fucking train of thought. Let's see. Oh yeah, like, with Sergeant Friends, right? It's not like I'm gonna, like there's certain things you can't really accomplish with AI art. Like, some original creations, you have to input yourself. And, like... Some of the people who make AI art that's enhanced, like, they make regular art that's enhanced with AI art, they still have to draw a base image to use as a reference.
Right. And they still have to, like, sketch over it. And maybe they want to recolor it.
Right.
Hey, Horizons.
What's up, Horizons? How you doing?
Yeah, I mean, and if anything, people could probably look at AI art as, like, maybe a stepping stone to get more into art, like... see how it's made, or like maybe stencil over it and figure out like how
you
to
guys
draw
talking
themselves.
about AI art?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Because I was saying I think people are too paranoid about it, and I don't think there's anything ethically or morally.
No,
wrong with it.
I test that thing. What's that AI art called? I'm trying to think of the name.
Well, we use Crayon, me and Corbin do, so that's
Okay, I was using that child version of what it was called. I have it up here. Give me a second.
Let's see, there's Midjourney, there's...
Midjourney, that's
okay.
the one.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I can only use a trial.
Okay.
And I did pretty good with it. I made one that I did some good AI with it, like Jaguar meeting presidents of the United States and shit,
I use AI art to combine Amano Jaku from Yotsukidoji with Charlie, Mang, and Angel Dust from Hasbin Hotel. Why do you do these things? To make it want to mix them together in Discord?
What's next? Steve Jobs Watch Steve Jobs. All of a sudden, someone make AI art of Steve Jobs. Introduce Pal Max.
You know what? Now that you just say that, I'm gonna go on Crayon. I'm gonna type in Steve Jobs as Brainiac.
I'm going to tell you, like, a lot of the times, the AI is not too bright and will not make any sense of what you put in. Like, if you type in Yorotsukidoji, it'll generate some, like, Asian buildings.
Oh, dude, I typed in Enclave Angel. This is sick.
Alright, you want to post it?
It looks like more like something from Warhammer, but with wings. It's super cool. Let me see if I can post it in the Discord.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you can post it in the Discord, I can throw it up on the screen.
Fugitive Redeye.
Yeah.
I think AI's taken off since those people have been putting a lot of 80s stuff, like, so in the 80s, YouTube is in the 1980s types of shit.
I'm not sure I know what you mean by that.
Basically, I'll send you a link.
Okay.
I wonder what happens when you type in Muhammad in this.
Oh, watch
that's you know what, I'm fucking doing that.
Muhammad what?
I am going on Crayon.
Jesus.
I am gonna
Jesus.
Hold on. I'm gonna type in Prophet Muhammad and see what comes up.
It just doxes you.
And after all that, the defending of it doxes us.
This is what basically Mid-Journey AI what I'm talking about, like.
What
80s.
Crayon Fugitive Redeye? It's a Crayon, Craiyon. It's a website. That's what I use for my AI art.
But my Enclave Angel is loading up again. So in the meantime, I'm gonna type in eases. Oh fuck! What am I gonna type in? This is Goku. I don't know. Oh no! Wait, this is the sick image. Obviously, it's randomized a little bit differently, but this is cool. Let me see.
Oh, that! Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about, Horizons.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I've seen a bunch of those videos. Yeah, okay, now I know what you mean.
All right, let me show you guys this. This is
Oh
super
god,
cool.
watch it be really
Oh, it's actually not. It's actually pretty damn cool.
Okay, so, Prophet Muhammad does not actually generate a picture of the Prophet Muhammad. It generates some Arabic-looking text and some buildings.
This is pretty cool. I mean, it's a little bit. It doesn't look like an enclave. It looks
Well, it
like
can, and
Mysterio
it can be a little janky too, because again, it is
Right.
it is AI after all.
It looks like Mysterio, but like it with like an Iron Man armor, like a Mjolnir, like an
Yeah,
Iron Man
that
armor,
is
but
pretty
with
sick. I'm
wings.
gonna throw that up on the screen.
That is super cool. Looks nothing like an enclave, but it's pretty damn cool. Let me see. This is fun. Like I mean, if anything, you could just download this and just work around it as well. Like what we talked with earlier. There's so many opportunities with this. Oh, and like I said twice, it makes me want to like get more into this kind of shit.
Right.
So I mean. Jesus Goku, what the fuck is this? This isn't even what I wanted.
Again,
Some of these are retarded.
Yeah, I know.
Like you said, look at this. I'm gonna. Alright. This is nothing like what I wanted, but his face, he looks so fucked. Looks weird. I don't even know what's behind.
Can you spell crayon? Yeah, like I said, Edgar, it's here. There you go.
Look at that. Look at that. That is awesome. Now, I think out of all of them, like I think like the second Brotherhood of Steel Demon and the Enclave Angel were the best ones out of all of them
Yeah.
we've shown so far. Yeah, I mean
that Goku one looks fucked up.
It does look fucked up. It looks nothing like what I wanted. Some of these are also kind of fugly. Yeah. But, yeah, so, I mean...
Where did you put
how
that
recent
photo?
was
I'm curious.
AIR?
Isn't it art? I'm just
Sorry?
find it.
What was the question?
Where did you put that photo of that?
Oh, I put it in the art section.
Yeah, we've been putting these
Oh.
in the art section.
Cool. I wish
Yeah,
I could show you some Mid-Journey photos, but I don't have any.
Okay.
Like, let me ask you a question. How recent were sites like Crayon and shit like this made? Like,
Look, here's the derpy Goku. I'm gonna throw that up on screen for the hell of it.
Derpy Goku.
Again, you typed in what? Jesus Goku?
I typed in Jesus Goku, and this is what it fucking gave me.
Oh wow, the face is all fucked up.
Yeah, no, he looks like he looks like he got punched too hard too many times. And,
What's up, Ree? We're talking about AI art and why I don't think there's any moral or ethical problem with it.
Like I said, like how recent was this AI art trend or creation?
It's relatively new. I don't know exactly when. Crayon's been around for a little bit. It used to be called Doll-E.
Oh, I've used that before. That's like the open source AI that's free.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's still. It says it's called Doll E Mini, formally.
Yep.
But I mean, I don't see any problem with it. I think if anything, there's a lot of things probably AI integrated that we don't really know or think about.
Yeah.
That we
Real stupidity will always trump artificial intelligence. Yeah, there you go.
Hey, Fugitive Redeye, we need a Redeye feeder someday.
Yeah, I know. We're going to do some. Don't you worry.
Okay, I just want to just enjoy having fun with you guys.
I haven't been keeping up with trendy topics recently, so what's this AI art drama about? So people try to say that AI art steals images and that it's bad because of that. I just don't agree.
Here's the thing, AI art, you can make anything with AI. What if you want to make
I don't know, guys.
Jesus meets
Look,
Trump?
Toriyama might just sue us for this one-to-one exact recreation of Goku.
He's gonna sue us for copyright images because look at this Goku.
Or you can make an AI photo of Jesus meeting Trump.
The people against AI art were also against NFTs. Well, NFTs are stupid. I don't like NFTs.
NFTs are a worthless piece of shit.
Weren't those also like digital drawings that people were just selling and selling and selling?
Yeah, you sell the rights to the drawing, which I think is stupid. Because again, I don't really believe in copyright all that much. Like, if I'm using someone else's stuff, I'll credit them for it because that's a courtesy and I think it's the right thing to do. But I'm not the biggest fan of like.
Lately, I've been kind of like iffy on copyright. Whether it's because to a degree, I agree.
Article 13 sucks.
I don't know. Part of me feels like is that if you maybe if you give credit, it's fine.
Well, as I've said, there's a difference between copyright and plagiarism, right? Like plagiarism is bad, obviously.
Yeah. That sometimes, honestly, I do get a little bit like, that like obviously just directly ripping off someone like plagiarism, like paragraphs and shit. Like if you're writing a paper, that's bad. Like, I mean, I guess if you're doing your little take on a popular franchise, it's okay.
I mean,
I don't know.
In my review, I specifically try to, even though I try to show footage from movies, I eventually will if it's for shit posting. That video of the Mr. Shark test, all I did was Photoshop the audio, and then it's not gonna copyright infringement. If this was Viacom, however, that owns some shit, it would cause them to bag the video instantly. You know how notorious they are,
Well, the thing is with AI, the thing is when you're using images and stuff in a transformative way, that's fair use. But for some reason, people don't carry that over when they're talking about AI.
Well, that doesn't make sense. It is transformative if you're
using
art.
If you make a photo of Donald Trump
it's directly
going to Hogwarts or something, It's like they'll try to do anything to DMCA you or something.
So Chisu, I'll try doing a Miko Mito one, but I'm going to be honest, I've tried
already.
Okay, a lot of these don't actually work. So.
Oh the Goku one looks perfect. It looks. I'm sorry, but Akira Toriyama.
So when I typed in Miko Mito, it comes up with a bunch of deformed soccer players. So.
And then for some reason, when I typed in Megumi Amano, it's like this. It's like this really weird schoolgirl with brown hair. It looks nothing like the characters.
Huh.
I'm gonna type in Jesus Big Dick.
Toriyama ripped off Star Wars and other things to make his art. Hokuto no Ken based characters on historical figures like Freddie Mercury or Hulk Hogan. Yeah, well, that and the main character is literally just Mad Max. Just Kenshiro is literally just Mad Max, in design. If a reviewer is playing an entire piece of media they're reviewing without giving any commentary until the end.
I'm having Crayon draw something right now.
Okay, cool.
It's going to be cringe.
Okay.
Though.
If a reviewer is playing an entire piece of media they're reviewing without giving any commentary until the end of the review by saying this thing sucks, then yes, the owner has the right to take it down. Well, again, there's a difference between transformative and not transformative, and fair use isn't something that's well-defined. It's a scale. So, if I show a whole movie and then at the end just say, that sucked, obviously that wouldn't be a fair use. If I didn't say anything the whole movie and just said that sucked. But I would make the argument, if we were commenting on it the whole time, that would be a fair use, just like Mystery Science Theater.
If we're shitting on it the whole time, we're giving
the whole time, yeah. But again, I see what you're saying,
Lee. You shit on the Emoji Movie every second.
Also, to a degree, just uploading a movie in general and just saying it's good at the very end could also be an argument that it should be taken down. I mean, granted, it's
yes.
positive, but you're not. You're
Well,
just
actually, if it's a positive review, that's arguably less fair. You know why?
Right, because I mean, why?
Because one of the things that is inherently protected by fair use is criticism. Negative criticism.
Positive criticism.
No, but negative criticism is specifically protected because they don't want someone getting mad that they were made fun of.
That's not fair. You have to give it.
Here's the
Right.
thing, I've seen
And that-
videos
right,
of
and
people
that-
I've seen videos of people getting mocked, and it's not
Right.
funny.
But the thing is, the reason that is why negative criticism is so well protected. Because they don't want someone being a spiteful little asshole about it.
I mean, granted, I get that some people can be spiteful and toxic about it, but I mean,
No, but that's what I'm
criticism-
saying. That's why negative criticism is protected. Like you're allowed to negatively criticize something. So that's why I'm saying negative criticism is probably more protected than positive criticism. Again, it's all a scale. Criticism is criticism, and again, if you're constantly criticizing something and it's transformative, that's a fair use. But again, unfortunately, with the law as it stands, fair use is not completely well defined. And obviously, like I said, I've made my opinion clear. I don't like the concept of intellectual property. I understand why it exists, but I'm not completely on board with it,
I mean, I guess. I mean, you can't really copyright or own an idea.
Exactly. That's my thought.
But
I
you
get.
could copyright your own channel, like your channel logo or something, and if someone were to see one of your videos, you could
that's different.
take
That's
that.
an idea coming in. That's different. That's an idea coming into fruition, into reality. Because a channel idea is something I can just think of at any time at the fly. But once I make that idea into my channel, that's my channel. And if someone were directly, they can't really steal that anyways. But like just an idea in your head, anyone could come up with.
So yeah,
Hell, once you say your idea out loud, you can't not expect anyone to give a reaction to it or do something with it.
So yeah, Chisu, Super Saiyan 5 Pan did not bring up Pan. I'll show you what it brought up. Let me get a screen share up here.
Did you guys see the lovely art of our Lord?
This is what came up with Super Saiyan 5 Pan, Chisu.
Chisu, why are you obsessed with Pan?
Don't ask him that
I've
question.
noticed that.
Don't ask him that question.
But it's like no, but it's like the only character
Because he's
female-wise.
he does that a lot. I know it's fucking annoying, but
But
I think he'll answer your question whether you want him to or not.
yeah, maybe.
What? How?
I'm coming up with a real good one in just a bit. Give me a second.
In 11 months and 4 days, Mickey Mouse is in public domain. Yeah. Reaction channels. Those people constantly
Fuck
break fair
Disney.
use.
With all the shit.
Again,
Oh,
like I said, there's no well-defined line on fair use. I'm not typing in Sailor Venus fat. I'm drawing a line there.
God damn it, Chisu.
But I need to start getting ready for work in a minute.
Okay.
I think we're probably gonna call it here. I think I've made my points clear. Anything else you guys want to say before I end the stream?
I just got one photo to show, and it's weird.
Okay, well, I need to get ended, so...
Okay, here we go. Boom.
What the fuck is that?
God, what the hell is that? Who is that?
This is what happens when you put Katie Mitchell in real life in the AI.
Who?
Hey, Mitchell.
Who's that?
Who is this individual? And why do her eyes look like they're all derped out of their mind?
Because I put in Katie Mitchell in real life, and this is what I...
Who the fuck is Katie Mitchell?
Are you talking about? I forgot. Wait a minute. This isn't.
That's
from
the
Mitchell
thing.
and
There you go.
Machine.
Okay, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
This isn't from the Mitchells versus the Machines, is it? No, not.
Yes,
right?
it is.
Dude, that,
Oh, okay,
that's
okay.
Jesus giving the middle finger right here, isn't it?
Yeah, that is. I typed in Jesus big dick, but this is the only thing that came up that would work. But, yeah, no, this is some brilliant stuff.
And let's hate our current president right now, because I have some creepy images of him.
This is like the most retarded looking one.
There you go. There's
It looks so funny.
There's Jesus, you guys. There you go.
There's our Lord and Savior.
Anyway, I'm gonna end the stream. So have a good one, guys.